1967.
Running time?
116 minutes.
Director?
Lewis Gilbert.
Screenwriter?
Yeah, Ian Fleming.
Fuck off, he never wrote any of them.
Okay, so who wrote it then?
You can look it up. How you feeling since you came off the Skag? Speaking for myself, I'm bored.
Who wrote it?
But you're looking better. Has to be said. Healthier. Radiant, even.
Who wrote it?
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl.
Director Danny Boyle.
Once you've filmed it and then you cut it together, this onward trajectory that a film has makes you realise that in fact this setup time you can actually do without, because the scene in the park establishes all that for you. What often happens is the audiences, they're ahead of you. You think they're going to be behind all the time when you're making the film. You think you've got to give them constant information and constant help. And in fact, if it's working, they're ahead of you with the actors. They're filling in things for you constantly, and you need less and less sometimes.
But another reason for that scene being cut is it's the only scene in the movie that I'm only wearing underpants. And the thought amongst people, and especially the censorship board, was that the audience couldn't cope with seeing me in my underpants.
And your pale legs.
Yeah. Scratching away. Squeezing the blackheads in my thighs.
What do you see as your main strengths?
Well, I love people, all kinds of people, even people that nobody else likes. I think they're all right, you know. Like beggars.
Homeless people?
No, not homeless people, no. Beggars. He's Francis Begbie. He's one of my mates. Like, I really say, like, he's my best mate, because, like, sometimes the boy goes away over a score. Like, one time we're standing there, we're having a laugh. All of a sudden, he's fucking got his right in the face. You see that, Mark?
Leaving aside your friend, Mr. Murphy.
Producer Andrew MacDonald and screenwriter John Hodge.
This scene was cut because Danny Boyle didn't think anybody would understand it, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. But, you know, he wanted to cut this, and we probably wanted to cut something else, so, you know. Or I did, so.
Oh, it's hilarious, isn't it?
It's very funny. Don't know why that was cut. Why was it cut, Danny?
Yeah, explain to us, Boyle. He didn't like it in the script, actually.
No, that's why.
Didn't like it.
I can always tell.
Yeah, I know. He says how good it is. That means he wants to cut it.
Well, Mr. Renton, I see that you attended the Royal Edinburgh College.
Indeed, yes, those halcyon days.
One of Edinburgh's finest schools.
Oh, yes, indeed. I look back on my time there with great fondness and affection. The debating society, the first 11, the soft knock of willow and leather.
I'm an old boy myself.
Oh, really?
And do you recall the school motto?
Oh, of course. The motto,
Strive,
hope, believe,
and conquer.
conquer, exactly. Those very words have been my guiding light through what is, after all, a dark and often hostile world.
Mr. Renton.
Yes?
You seem perfectly suited to this position, but I wonder if you could explain the gaps in your employment record.
Oh, yes, I can, yes. The truth is I've had a long-standing problem with heroin addiction. I've been known to smoke it, sniff it, swallow it, stick it up my arse and inject it into my veins. Trying to combat this addiction, but unless you count social security scams and shoplifting, I haven't had a regular job in years.
Danny Boyle. In those interviews, as implied, you have to perform sufficiently to make the people feel you have tried to get the job, but then you hope that your appearance and just something about you will prevent you getting the job anyway. But the fact that the guy who's interviewing him, Hugh Ross, emerges as having been to that school himself, which is a very posh school in Scotland. He knows, Renton is smart enough to know straight away that he will, because of the old boys network, he will get the job. He'll just get the job, it doesn't matter what he says. And that's why he has to come up with the total truth about, or even exaggerated truth about his addiction to heroin as a way of making sure that he scares them off. The reason that we cut it is probably an example of us sticking too closely to the book, and your whole experience in the book is related through Renton's mind and his monologue, which you're constantly engaged with. And we couldn't find a cinematic way of actually presenting that. it was also a length thing because of the nature of the film and the subject, and we took a kind of blood pact that we would make the film 90 minutes, whatever, and that we would stick to that.
He's being smart. There's a chapter at the end of Acid House, a kind of little noveletta called Smart Cunt, and he's being a smart cunt in that scene, just winding him up, really.
Hello there, Mark. What are you doing? You didn't tell me you were a thief.
Go easy on that boy, lady. He's got one of them monkey things on his back. Look, opium doesn't just grow on trees, you know!
What are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think stories about clothes.
Producer Andrew MacDonald and screenwriter John Hodge.
It's all to do with trying to make Diane, trying to get a decent girl's part in the film. And we thought it was very important to make her round her character, give it that.
Wow, there were so many conflicting demands in this scene. You know, each character had to have a bit, and then it's...
But what was really annoying was it was a nightmare. I spent 2 months trying to persuade any shop in Princess Street to let us film in it. And then it was cut.
Yeah, not just any shop, any shop anywhere.
Nobody wanted to have anything to do with it. That downstairs store now is full of Trainspotting videos.
Which are being stolen.
That scene in the store where they're stealing the stuff is just it's sort of trying to explain everything too much. It's very heavy-handed. What's the word I'm looking for, John?
Inept. Badly written.
Badly written, directed and performed.
But very well edited with a big pair of scissors.
Surprise!
I hit the artery by mistake. Caught enough air. Or so the quack tells us. Though it's going to make my leg grow back. Still could have been worse, eh? Could have been my fucking dick. I'll tell you right, see in here. They know how to look after you. Clean sheets, regular meals, and all the morphine you can eat. Great. But see when I get out of here, man, I've got plans, can I? When I get myself straightened out, then I'm off down to Thailand, where the women know how to treat a guy. You see, if you've got a white skin, a few crisp tenors in your pocket, you can live like a fucking king, no fucking problem, man.
Sure.
See, your strategy is this, right? You get clean, you get mobile, do a bit of dealing for profit only, and see a year from now, I'm going to be lying back, watching the rising sun with a dozen oriental buttocks on my cooting.
Sounds great, Swanee.
Oh, it will be, man. Telling you.
Mind and send us a postcard, like.
Oh, sure will.
Director Danny Boyle.
This scene was cut at the very last moment. This was the final scene to be cut. This survived the longest, partly out of respect to the actor, Peter Mullen, and also because of what an extraordinary scene it was, that you expect the normal, traditional, moralistic scene, you expect it to be about suffering and about pain, you know, and about lessons learned. And of course, Swanee, played by Peter Mullen, just throws that off with this terrible vision that he's going to go to Thailand, where he can exploit his white skin, you know, and the dollars that he has to actually give himself, you know, a place again, ignoring this casualty that he's made of himself. And we cut it in the end because it was too similar to the scene with Tommy in terms of Renton's learning process, what he learns. And it's very cruel again. But if you are going to try and make a film of a certain length for a very particular reason, then you have to make sacrifices, and that was one of the worst ones that we had to make, and that was the toughest to do, because Mullen's an amazing actor, and that's his main scene. And so apologies to Peter if he ever listens or watches this again.
So simple, we bunt it on at 20 to this guy that sick boy knows. We bunt it on at 60. Everyone's happy, everyone's in profit. I put in 2, I should come away with 6.
Unless you get caught.
Well, as long as everyone keeps their mouth shut, no one's going to get caught, are they?
So why have you told me about it?
Well, because you're not going to tell anyone either, are you?
I talk in my sleep.
Well, do you? Besides, I thought maybe afterwards we could go away somewhere together, like.
I've got a boyfriend, Mark.
What, steady, like?
That's right. Going steady. 4 weeks now.
What age are you? 13, 14?
16 next month.
Oh, happy birthday.
Well, what did you think? I should be carrying a torch for you.
So what's he like?
Rory. Oh, he's young and he's healthy. And you're such a deadbeat, Mark.
Hey, fuck off! Come on! Fucking play the rope!
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, it can't be said enough how great Kelly MacDonald was in this film because she only had 1 week of the rehearsal process from never having acted before in her life, and to come out with this performance is quite extraordinary. She's great. Andrew MacDonald.
Well, at least it tells you how old she was. That was the compromise on Diane's age there.
John Hodge.
This wasn't originally designed to take place at the five-a-side football scene.
It works well with the five-a-side football, don't you think?
Just the...
It was meant to take place in a beach at one stage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We could never get to a beach, though. We didn't have the time.
No, of course.
So we shot it before it got dark.
Yeah. It's quite nice, though.
Also, it's quite hard to imagine all these guys playing football again. That's the... That's Danny.
Yeah, at this stage.
He was really obsessed by football, because this is one of the big rehearsal things, just playing football all the afternoon.
But they were good, though, those two.
Oh, they were good, but then if it had gone in and seen 141 or wherever it was meant to go, just before they went down on the bus to London to sell the drugs, I don't think you would have believed it.
But then playing football? No, exactly.
All right? Messing about with hers. You fuck us all up.
Calm down, just keeping the workers happy.
You get lippy with me. I'm not. Very fucking argue, right?
Director Danny Boyle.
There are details in this clip, such as Swanee here, who hasn't gone to Thailand and in fact is posing as a Falklands War veteran in order to make some cash for reasons I'm sure we can guess at. And also Sick Boy arriving with the 2 girls. Both those details, as well as obviously Begbie's tension as he waits for them to start the journey towards the deal. Again, all these had to be sacrificed in the kind of pursuit of Renton. And Renton's narrative, if you like. So the more kaleidoscopic, fragmented nature of the book, you know, you lose, really. I mean, compared to a novel, film is a very crude medium, really, in a way.
From James, please. It's fucking massive over there, Spud, man, I'm telling you. From James, please. I mean, people think it's just like Rolf Harris and neighbours and kangaroos, but it's much more than that, man.
Right on, man.
I mean, it's the 6th largest country in the world.
Fucking brilliant, man.
It's rich in agriculture and natural resources.
Natural resources, that's the best thing you can have.
It's an easy life, man. It's like it's all surfing and shagging.
Oh.
I mean, that could be the life for us. What do you reckon?
Not, Tommy, because I'm scared of the water, man. I can't swim in that. I'm not one of the aquatic animals. I'm like a jungle cat. Pads, paws, claws on the floor.
Let me change, please.
I could take lessons in that, man.
Danny Boyle.
The scene with Tommy and his obsession with Australia is again another example of the way that other characters other than Renton you gradually dispose of, you know, and their own individual stories can only be worked out really in a kind of 3-hour film, a film more like Shortcuts or a kind of Ken Loach film, which is going to take time to explore different characters. Again, we felt we had to stick with Renton's story. The editing process has an organic life where you make decisions based on how you are in that 2-month period and how the film feels to you and the way it's going. And often those decisions you might change later, but each cut that you make influences each other cut. You can't just go back in later and adjust things.
Next up on All Access,